Okay, you guys can probably hear me now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Testing, 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 testing. Can no one hear me still? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just go on my phone as well to confirm that you guys can actually hear me. Yes, okay, you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. Dix Insider always here to tell me how it is. Okay, just to summarize that, the weekly chart is starting to look quite healthy here. The longer this moves sideways, the healthier. We've got some nice W's on the indicators, even on the chart. Yeah, and let's consolidate here for a while. If it lasts all the way to where I drew it, which is highly unlikely, that would still be healthy. We would want the altcoins to perform pretty well after the halvening. Before the halvening, nothing is really exciting in altcoin land. Let's go back to the BTC. We know that BTC had some fake news today. It's pretty conclusive now that it was fake news. The Bitcoin dominance blasting up as well. Now, this shows the strength of the altcoins. BTC having most of the fun today and in the last few weeks. There are some bearish indicators on this chart showing that the altcoins might have a little bit of a relief coming soon, as there are bearish divergences on daily, on the weekly as well. Bitcoin pulling back a little bit today, but still having a pretty good run. Wicks and tails like to be eaten generally. Generally, wicks and tails like to be eaten. So all of this liquidity was taken out. Shorts liquidated. New shorts are obviously being created here. We are starting to break out of this range. This is the last resistance areas before we break out. Funnily enough, the market started pumping yesterday already and having some follow through, and then the fake news tweet came. Not really too worried about that. It just destroyed the bears, which is good if you're still bearish throughout this market. I mean, the bottom came in here. I believe that the bull market starts when the bottom is in, so it's been about a year, right, since the bull market is on the way. I'm not going to spend too much time on the other things because this is mostly for crypto, right? But you don't get double figure pull downs, retracements in a S&P bull market, right? Some people are still calling for 30% pullbacks. That's not how this works unless this was not the bottom. And if the cycle is so far into it already that if you're gonna have another break of this low, you can kiss this cycle goodbye. Then the halvening cycle is ruined. The 4-year cycle is ruined. The 18-year property cycle is ruined, and many other things. So that is my stance, and I've been bullish throughout this year if you've continued following me, and I've been right thus far. So let's get into your altcoins. We've looked at Pulse, very healthy. I think we have found the bottom. We just need to hold these levels for as long as possible. You can also see Pulse X starting to trend like you're building a nice little base. You're starting to curve up. You're starting to form some W's. I'm pretty sure the indicators will look pretty nice. The RSI is very low. This sets us up for a very nice run into the future. The RSI is reset all the way to the lows. Okay, let's get to your charts. I think we have covered enough of the fundamentals there. Okay, so to be fair, let's start at the bottom. So the earlier guys get their coins looked at first. So Total FOMO has been spamming my And I see you guys in the chat as well. I saw Axis asking for his coin as well, and we will get to that. So this is total FOMO. It has been trading. This is the 4-hour charts. Obviously been trading for a few days already. Just off the start, right? If you weren't early here, you've pretty much missed the boat. Doesn't mean this can't get higher. You've missed the cheap prices. Your cheap prices are down here in your reload zone. So let's just switch to rapid pulse, because as grannies we want to farm more rapid pulse, right? Actually, I've looked at this before and it's taken off. You have, if you put on the line chart just to get rid of that wick. Okay, so we don't have enough data back here. We should probably go to a shorter time frame. So you can see the RSI is trending downward as price was going higher. This is bearish divergence. So at least you want to see some consolidation and maybe even a pullback to revert to the mean. These are your cheap prices here. You need to get it down here if you are interested in getting this coin. This is called the nosebleed section. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. It's just not very the risk isn't in your favor up here. The granny would need to wait for it to get down to these areas down here. We can also do a nice little volume analysis. We can see the volume analysis is at 210 pulse per total FOMO. Interesting name. They have a nice little image here as well. So the developer seems like they're interested in developing on it, although it's just an image, right? So yeah, total FOMO, there you go. A little bit late. If you guys would just let me know when you create these coins, I would really love it. And that is why I hate looking at the Axis chart, because it just reminds me of how foolish I was to not freaking buy the coin. And I've watched it go up all the way and it's killing me. And that's actually why I removed it from my watch list, just so it doesn't stare me in the face constantly and reminds me of my missed opportunities. Okay, with that being said, that's total FOMO for you. I can't step up here. I need for it to get a little bit lower, right? Create some market structure, some higher lows in the consolidation area, and maybe I'll be interested to get it over there. So that is total FOMO. There's lots of coins, so excuse me if I go quickly. And CCB, Cocaine Bear, 8K liquidity, just rocketing off here. Obviously a little bit late, right? And once again, please tell me when you launch these coins. I want to get in the beginning, please. So I don't know the fundamentals. You need to listen to me and look at my charts at your own risk. Any of these things can rug any day and you will lose all your money. That's why you need to learn risk management. Get my ebook if you want it on a discount. I will teach you how to manage your risk and not get wrecked. Yeah, once again, can't be interested up here, right? It's just the granny, it's not in value here. It has left the station. This is the nosebleed section. Once again, it doesn't mean it can't go higher, right? This can do a 10,000x, whatever. The RSI, these are some bearish divergences as the RSI is going lower. Yet the RSI is lower, price is higher. 89, yes, that is not confirmed yet. It will only be confirmed once you break below 76. You should have been interested down here, and it probably got you a chance at the 61.8. You just pull up your fib tool and you wait for the reload zone. It got you all the way to the 88.6 level. It did a 90% retracement before going off and doing insane gains. So this is why the fib retracement tool is your friend. Buy down markets, not up markets. That's 100x up after it did a 90% down. That is what you need to wait for. You need to wait for retracements if you're interested in these things. I'm not your financial advisor. These are you click the buy and the sell button, right? And if you listen to me, you're going to get wrecked. So with that out the way, that is cocaine bears. Congratulations to you guys who got in here, who launched this coins. It looks nice, but for me, it's already left at the station, right? Nothing against the coin. THCN, I don't know why Pedro is mad at me for talking about the coin, right? As I always say, 90% retracements are in the game, and it sucks sometimes, right? Some coins might not do 90% retracements, but people are not everything is as it seems, right? Liquidity is manipulatable. Yeah, some people are benevolent, some people are not. Doesn't mean it's a scam, right? This is Thought Coin. And I always tell you guys how I trade these things. I am always honest with the way I do it. I sell halves on doubles all the way up, and I reload when we get market structure at the bottom. And if your coin is not making market structure at the bottom, I'm not buying it. I simply trade like a robot, buying higher lows and a higher high breakout. That's simply how I do it. And I sell halves on doubles into pulse because I want more pulse. I'm farming pulse indiscriminately, right? I don't care about what your coin does. I just sell halves on doubles. I'm here to accumulate more pulse X and pulse X. Sorry about that. If it offends anybody, it's just the way it is. THRH, I've actually removed it from my watch list. It went lower since people have been asking me about it. Remember, this has a steep tax. You're starting to get into the oversold areas. You are in value. Generally, reflection tokens struggle to get up again, but this is don't quote me on the fundamentals. And this, I don't hate your coin, I don't date your coin. I just simply look at the chart. I just trade them. Down here, almost at 88% down from the all-time highs. This is where you should be interested. Don't get FOMO'd into these things up here, right? This is, and you can see the bearish divergences here. Price went higher, yet the indicator went lower. And when you broke down here, this was your indication that the top was in, and down we go. THRH, I mean, if you love this thing and you really wanted it, this is where you should get it. Large liquidity, large selling volumes still. Just be cognizant of the sell tax, right? And let's do Axis's coin just because he was here quite early. And then we'll continue with the Twitter. So yeah, we talked about it down here. Axis told me it's done like 280% from that high, so you could have gotten your double out of it. Interestingly enough, the RSI is lower. Let's go to Rapid Pulse. Lower than it's ever been on this chart. This is technically a downtrend. You've got lower highs and lower lows. You can see where the value is at. And like I said last time, and like I always say, I don't know. I'm not in the prediction game. Sometimes I post charts like HOA recently, which hit my targets perfectly. But that's not a prediction. That's just where I'm interested in getting it, right? So, I mean, that's the high over there with that wick. Wicks and tails like to be eaten. This wick has now been almost completely eaten. There's so much little left that I wouldn't consider this not eaten. So it's pretty public by now. Lots of people know about this. It's performed really well. This is unfortunately the nosebleed section, right? I would want this down here if I was interested to get some. You can see the nice little W's down here that was accumulated down here. Don't be surprised if this comes down and test this area, retest it. That would still be very positive, as this is a sign of strength in Wyckoff accumulation, an SOS, a retest of the breakout point. Nothing wrong with this. This has performed really, really well. Let it cool down a little bit, come back into value, and that would be your area if you were interested in getting some of this here, right? Don't chase the highs. It doesn't mean it can't go higher. You just have to let it go and wait for it to top out. And you can readjust your fib tool wherever it goes, right? And Yeah, it's performed really well. Congratulations to Axis. Yeah, this is an M forming here. If we put on the line chart, this is the opposite of W's down here. I mean, this M kind of broke down and came back in. Can easily turn into a W and just continue higher. But yeah, that's that. I would like the RSI to reset as well. And once again, it's nothing negative. This is how markets work. They go up and they go down. They look like this over time, right? Okay, I think that's good enough for access. Total FOMO again. Pulse ETHTA. ETHTC. Really want to know how you guys get to that. Okay, so obviously this has left the station, right? Please message me when you guys launch these things so I can get in early, please. I hate looking at it when it's already goners. Switch to wrapped pulse. Yeah, and you know, guys know what I'm gonna say. This is parabolic. This is dangerous up here. It could reverse right here, or it could go higher. I should clean up all these fib lines because none of them are really valid for us. We want it in these areas down here. Can't be chasing up here. It's getting risky, right? It can just top out here and leave you alone. Leave you with a nose. And this RSI is all the way at 98. It maxes out at 100. You're pretty much at the top, right? Value is not here. It's getting a little bit risky. It's performed really well. Well done to those guys. Very, very large liquidity. Massive liquidity. Very interesting. What's the market cap? 13 million. So yeah, that's insane. Nice amount of liquidity. But it's getting risky up here, eh? RSI is very high. Let it come down. There's nothing wrong with consolidation and a correction, really. That's healthy sometimes. Yeah. And the only thing, I'm not in the prediction game once again, or the only thing we can wait for is higher lows. Wherever this comes in, if it comes down here, forms its higher lows. If it does here, that's fine. The only thing that I need for it to do is to do it below the 61.8. Okay, hopefully I can get through everything. So I'm gonna, let's look at Granny for you guys. So Granny's trying to form its bottom over here. It's had a massive run up, and I've seen with Axis Coin, it's actually much healthier to have this grow organically than having like 200 buyers right off the start. You can see the same with Mega that recently launched. Although it's pumped off, let's just quickly look at it and make Ethereum great again. I mean, it's pumping again. Did a massive retracement. It had 1,000 people in its Telegram channel. Did this in 2 days, and the third day the party was over. Now came down. I mean, we can't look at the RSI because the supply is so large. We'll go back to Granny after this. Either way, you get my point. It's almost at all-time highs again. So yeah, Granny trying to form at the bottom, RSI nice and getting nice and low, not really oversold just yet. Let's pull that to the lows. That's the log chart. Below the point of control, if we pull up the fib, we are inside of the reload zone. This is where you should be interested. New lows. Once again, we need to wait for this to create some higher lows. I actually caught a falling knife on this, which I'm fine with. It was nice and low. Already, I can get more if it goes lower. And if the Granny wanted to be really conservative, she can wait for higher lows and the breakout. And that would be her chance to go long. It's a pleasure, Axis. I just saw your comment. I haven't really gotten to the comments yet. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm getting more notifications for people to look at coins, right? So Kestrel has posted a lot. We've looked at Granny. Yeah, if I miss your guys' requests, I'm sorry. If you really want me to take a look at it, go ahead and post a super chat, as I can see it come up here. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You can do $5 or whatever the minimum is. So the point is, I will see it as soon as it comes up. I will scroll through all of your comments when I finish all of these. So you've posted a lot of charts, right? Let's just go through some of them. So Hoa is once again all the rage right now. Just obvious that it had a pump, so people will talk about it. They forget about it at the lows. I literally tweeted the perfect retracement somewhere back here for you guys when to get in, right in the religion. We came back to that point exactly, and we've popped off. This is bearish divergence here. This pump, it looks like it's over unless it breaks above these highs. There was a massive sell-off here. You can see price is higher, indicator is lower. And this is once again the nosebleed section, as this is new highs. Once again, you need to wait for these to come down to these areas. This is your W breakout point here. Don't be surprised if it comes back to retest that. That's still a show of strength in Wyckoff theory. This is the nosebleed section up here. No M formed just yet, but you have an M on the RSI. This wants to come down. It looks like it wants to come down. I don't know if it is going to happen. All I know is that it's risky up here. You need to wait for it to get down here. You still have higher lows and higher highs. This is technically defined as an uptrend. It's still healthy. Wait for a retracement. Nothing negative about that. Okay, so Hoa, GM, I know this performed well, and no one told me about this when it launched. Please tell me about your coins when you launch them. I'd be very interested to talk about it then. But once again, this has left at the station, right? You can see some nice market structure or some movement in this area. Don't be surprised if it comes back to at least retest this. But these are inefficiencies in the chart. The chart does not like moving this quickly. 17k liquidity, so nothing crazy with 150k market cap. We can then do a volume analysis, but once again, this has left at the station, right? I mean, most of the volume was traded in this range down here. So this is very dangerous, very risky chasing. This doesn't mean it can't go higher, but the statement still stands that it's risky. You need to wait for lower prices. And there's really no structure in these areas. I mean, you've got some resistance that was here, and then you've got some price movement in this area as well. Resistance, support, support. So low prices, and if you're lucky, that holds there. This is a fair value gap here. The last time, yeah, so just be careful here. If you're really interested in this, wait for a consolidation, right? Just wait for a correction to come down and get into your areas, right? That is where you should be interested, not up here. This is dangerous up here. Buy volume still outpacing the sell volume. So yeah, let's do that. So I see Too Spooky in the house. What's up, dude? I'll look at Crow for you. Thanks for the super chat. So Crow on Pulse Chain. Here we go. I've seen your tweets recently about Crow. I mean, this is a new all-time high, and not many of the PRC20s have actually done this. 3K liquidity, not... Wow. I mean, this looks really, really good. You see this beautiful market structure built at the bottom. If you put on the line chart, these are W's within W's within W's, or it's just a weird way of saying higher lows all the way up. Shiba Inu actually on Pulse Chain looks a lot like this. And you could have waited for this to just break out of this level, right? And you still would have performed well. You can see the massive W here. pop out. And there you go. Massive run. We can pull up the indicators, but something tells me that this is a little bit late, right? Unbiasedly, congrats to those guys. And I know Too Spooky is a big fan of Crow. He uses the platform himself. This, you can see bearish divergences here, right? Indicator going lower. And we can, to get rid of this wick, we can just put on the line chart, right? So there is bearish divergence here. If you're up a lot, it doesn't hurt. You know what the granny does? She sells halves on doubles all the way up. So she's performed really, really well. And she's got a nice stack of pulse to buy this again when it comes down, to reload her bags. And she's probably sold a few doubles already, right? This looks really healthy. You had this massive base being built here. We can do a volume analysis to see where most of this traded at, all the way to the high. You can see obviously in this trend down here, or in this range, lots of accumulation happened. And yeah, this is the nosebleed section. It's getting a little bit dangerous here. It's performed really, really well. Wait for it to come down into your value areas, at least 60% down. This is all what these fib levels are. If you've not watched my, they're just 61% down from the all-time high, 78% down, and 88% down from the all-time high, right? That's all these is, all they are. Just wait for retracements. It's performed really well. I'm starting to repeat myself, but I hope you guys get the message that well done to those guys that got into it. It was shared publicly with you by Too Spooky many, many times. I've seen him talk about this PRC20 copy, and there you go. It's paid off. Now, most people retail will chase green candles, and this is why these charts get a bit up like that, right? Doesn't mean it can't go higher. The granny just continues to sell halves on doubles, and she's got more pulse. So she's got free positions in this coin as soon as she sold 50% of her first double. That's a free position. She got her initial investment out. No stress, nothing. It just goes on. What's up, Hexy? I have not seen you here. I will look at Texan for you. Texan token. We've looked at it previously. I think obviously let's look at both for you, and I'm gonna cover them quickly. So this is on Ethereum. This is a nice little base formed here, and it would have been really nice if it held this zone, because this was a lot of accumulation that happened here. But unfortunately, you've lost this now. If we've looked at the volume, so volume left down here, someone exited, right? They're like, I'm over it, I'm out, whatever. It was just too much time for them to sit and look at this here. You've broken new lows. I mean, the RSI, just not much to see here. You got really, really oversold. Generally, this is healthy if you have a chart just moving sideways in these areas. And I mean, you have spent a lot of time at the lows here. But this is where the granny should be interested in this, right? Not up here, not at the highs, right? It's unfortunately made a new low, which isn't the best. And Hex has done the same. Hex on Ethereum has done the same. So that just means it needs to start forming new market structure here. So what you want to see is you want to see higher lows, right? And its lows being defended. That just tells you that there are buyers stepping into these levels and defending their purchases down here. Large enough guys that can defend these prices. It's nothing bad. We've still got a lot of time for the alts to accumulate. The longer the base is, the higher and more explosive the move to the upside will be. So yeah, I mean, this looked really, really healthy, and unfortunately you've made a new low. It doesn't mean it's over, doesn't mean, you know, it's the end of the game for this. Just let it consolidate here and form some nice market structure. So that was Texan on Ethereum, Texan on Pulse chain. Once again, this is where you should be interested now. Now, this is, you can see I've looked at this previously, and we'll just remove everything. Now, this is priced versus wrapped pulse. We're not interested, or I'm not interested in getting more USDC at or US dollar at these areas. I want more pulse, right? We can go ahead and do our fib extension or retracement tool. This just tells us where value is, and we are currently in value. You had a massive pump up, and it just retraced, engulfed that all the way. Now you are inside of the reload zone, which technically means this is where value is at. This is where the granny is interested. She can't be chasing these things up here, as someone obviously chased this up here. She needs to wait for these areas. This is a new low, so all our granny can do is wait for higher lows to be formed. If it comes in here, great. We can catch a falling knife at each of these levels if she blindly wants to catch these levels, or she can wait for market structure. That's just higher lows on the chart and then a higher high. Your higher high would be confirmed once a candle closes above this level, wherever this comes in, right up there, here, wherever it comes in. And she can even wait for that if she wants to be conservative, for a candle close, and that would still be healthy for a long to take there. And then selling halves and doubles if that is something. If she's going to stake her Texan, fine. Just learn to manage risk. Don't put everything into one singular coin. Spread your risk. There's going to be much more opportunities, and we're going to fall in love with different little altcoins and meme plays throughout this bull market. So yeah, let's just leave some in the tank to nibble on those as well. So that's Texan token. The Ethereum side, it just needs to consolidate, and Pulse chain as well. Just move sideways here, form some nice structure, give people a chance to accumulate. It's now come back into its reload zone, which is healthy. This is where we should be interested if this is something that we want. I have some Texan token copied from the Ethereum side. Obviously, I claimed my free ones as well, and I'm sitting on it, and I'll be taking profits into the bull run in 2025. I'm not interested in getting rid of all my altcoins here at all. Selling halves and doubles into PLS obviously, and increasing it as well. So DJ Knight, BYTC, the LP is locked, the contract renounced, verified, and burned. So let's look at BY. So it seems like it is rug proof. But remember, if a person has a lot of supply, they can still rug the project, right? BYTC, LP locked, contract verified. So if you are really interested in buying a certain coin, you need to do your chain analysis, right? And see if this person holds a large amount of supply and if he's selling. And you can do that by, all I did was click on the contract address to open the Explorer. We can see here, we can see how many holders it has, 136, 134 holders. We can then click on the token holders to see the distribution. Like you said, 45% is burned, 8% sits in the liquidity pool, and then the distribution is actually not that bad. You've got a guy holding 7%, 3%, 3.5%, 3.1%, etc., etc. It's done a very healthy correction after its major run, and in fact, making a new high, this probably scared a few guys because it closed, or it wicked lower than it opened at, which is a little bit concerning. And once again, dudes, I don't hate your charts. I just look at it objectively, right? So please take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. I'm just looking at it as it is, right? So this is a new low, which is concerning. You don't want these lows to be taken out. What's the market cap? I mean, 16K market cap, 2.4K liquidity. It's in the reload zone, and it's pretty hard because this low has been defeated. If you really like this coin, once again, manage risk. Just to summarize it, how the granny manages risk. This is not financial advice for you. She never risks more than 5% on any which coin of her trading portfolio. She has a cold storage that she never touches, which either just lays there in hard storage or is farming liquidity on PulseX or BHUX, whatever you prefer. Now, even 5% is a lot. I dabble with 0.5% of my trading portfolio because I like to look at a lot of coins, and there's always more coins coming out on the radar, and there's going to be more in the bull market as there are just more coins popping up every day. I can't be interested, or I can be interested up here. This is the reload zone. I mean, we can even disregard everything that happened before this low. It's bouncing off the 88% down level a few times already. I mean, we can look at the RSI. Still a little bit high here, but then again, we do have a fail-safe, and the fail-safe is market structure. We need to see higher lows, and you can wait for your higher high to be broken. Once it breaks out there, that is the indicator for the little old lady to go long. Consolidation is not bad. It's in fact it's very healthy for a coin to correct and consolidate. Get the weak hands out, get people that still trust in it and still like it, and new people to get a chance to get into position, right? So yeah, thanks for the super chat. There you go. Total FOMO will keep staring in your face. Just 14K market cap. In the next days, it is a 9-inch launch. Oh, so P-Burn, I'm pretty sure you are the PLD and PayPay or Poor Pleb dev with Hexy Bastard. I actually got some of Pulse PLD at this level as it performed really, really well and it's came back. We did look at Total FOMO for you, seen a lot of guys requesting it, and now it's actually I'm pretty interested to get into this maybe. Total FOMO. So we did look at it, to be fair. Dude, why can't I get, am I really this short? What is the ticker? Why can't I remember the ticker? TF. Whoa. Okay. Just to recap, dude, I need to wait for this to come down a little bit. Unfortunately, you guys don't front run me and get in here. Yeah, so that is a valid point. I've gotten some Poor Pleb and PLD recently for the 9-inch farms. I sacrificed for 9-inch a little bit. Remember, I never risk more than 5% on my altcoins, all of the boring stuff. And I also had a few referrals click on my referral link for 9-inch. So I'll definitely look at it as much as I possibly can. Getting my initials out when it doubles in price, having free positions, letting that coin run when it does. So I'm gonna put this on my watch list. I just need to wait for it to get that released into my reload zone. Hopefully I get that chance. So yeah, thanks for that. And I see where did the ETH go? It's also pumping up. Yeah, it's left the station, but if you've looked at my reload zone, we've talked about this previously. It's given you a lot of chance to get into this coin. It's now left the reload zone. So yeah, it seems like Total FOMO is part of the 9-inch ecosystem. So P-Burn, thank you for that. This is actually now Unfortunately, you had this wick here. It didn't create the best market structure, but it's a beautiful chart. I mean, you can just see the surrounding base here. And if you put on the line chart, I mean, it's picture perfect. This is what you want to see, right? And now it's gone, right? It has left the station. It has left value, unfortunately. And this just tells me that 9 inches is very, 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 very close, like P. Burns says. I'm not sure if P. Burn is actually the dev. There are so many names on Twitter, so please excuse me, freak, dude, I'm not a genius. Yeah, wrapped ETH, where did the ETH go? Um, yeah, so let's get back to, yeah, so there are a few coins that I'm interested in. PLD, Paper, or Poor Pleb, where did the ETH go, and Total FOMO. That's a mouthful, but there you go. And I need this to get into my zone. And obviously, I've missed where did the ETH go, because, I mean, there's too many charts to look at. And I wish I could buy everything. So, Total FOMO. I mean, it's early. It's a few days old. I mean, one, two, like, is it a week old already? So it's a few weeks old already. Why am I only hearing about it now? You guys need to tell me when you launch these things so I can get in early, please. Yeah, please come down to my levels, Total FOMO. I would love to get some down here. And if I can get in here, that would be lovely. I've put it on my watch list. And this has already, the stream has already been 50 minutes, and I'm not halfway through all of these things yet. So we've looked at Total FOMO. Minu, so the Minu guys have been blessing me with super chats, and I see them all over the circuit. We've quickly looked at Mega. It's pumping again. You've missed that, right? There was 1,000 people in that. Let's quickly look at Minu for you. I'm not gonna get to all of your requests, unfortunately. So I mean, Minu's starting to create some market structure here, right? Massive run up. It's come down now. It's creating higher lows. Should I dabble in this, because it's obviously has a very good community. I mean, I need to put this on. I mean, this is where you should be interested. You're starting to create market structure. You've got nice higher lows. You've not broken out just yet. The granny can wait for a breakout, and it's still in a reload zone. If she wants to be patient, she can either risk it here and get some. It could go lower. We don't know. This is. I've been corrected, right? You can see I wanted to see a W here. You've now gotten this W, and it's a nice big W, right? You see here. Although not confirmed yet, it needs to break above this level for it to be confirmed. The daily chart, it's come down nicely. This is where you should be interested if this is something that you're interested in. Like, it's done a huge run. It's come down all the way now, which is once again healthy. There's nothing wrong with the correction. And I mean, if you put on the line chart, you can see the clear W's here, right? So I'm tempted to actually get some here. Still large selling volume, which is natural because people start selling when they see red candles. So I've put it on my watch list. I'm going to look at this, and I should really get some. Should really get some. I see your guys' comments. I see your requests, and I really need to go quicker. So we've looked at Texan. Shout out to Hexicon for the super chat. No bullshit, meme token. Have I covered all of them? So Kestrel, I've covered like a lot of your coins already. So I think that's just to be fair. No bullshit, meme token on Pulse Chain. The token is renounced. Those that are fed up with bullshit cons and scams and rugs, just a fair launch, 100% in LP with EDI. Stable on fair launch. Okay, let's see. If you guys please put in your ticker symbols. Because how am I going to find this? Here we go. There's no bullshit. 30k liquidity down 30% on the day. 9k market cap. I mean, guys, this doesn't look healthy. I mean, what happened here? Someone had a lot of supply. I mean, why would you list it up here and then someone with massive supply just sold down the price? Okay, let's ignore this wick here. Once again, you're gonna have to do some chain analysis to see who are the holders, how large supply do they have. So the LP has there's two different LPs with, and okay, it's not that bad, right? So starting here, this is the distribution. One guy has 5%, and then again you can do copy his address and paste it in Dex Screener to see where he actually bought his coins. So let's just paste that. If he got his coins or if he bought. So he did buy. He bought $4 here, $18 here, and $3 here. That is concerning because he's got the most supply, yet he bought minuscule amounts of coins. That's a little bit of a red flag, right? Where did he get most of his coins from? Is it a pre-mint? Is he the guy? He wasn't selling, so I mean, he could have. Yeah, I highly doubted that he got 5% of the supply by spending such little amount of coins. Then again, guys, there's lots of things you need to consider, at least to look into, right? So if you looked at Crow for Too Spooky, okay, so there is more liquidity for Crow, and we did take a look at it, and we did note that the liquidity seemed a little bit low at 3k, so there is more liquidity here on this contract, which is good to know. Remember, use Pitius or gopulse.com to get your best order execution. Orange juice, we've looked at HOA for you guys. A little bit toppy on the short term, nothing wrong with it coming down. Should totally do PRS. The chart is interesting. So PRS, the pulse reflection, pulse reflection token. It's done pretty amazing things, right? For a reflection token. This is distribution. The RSI has come down nicely. But once again, nosebleed section, right? This is dangerous up here. You can see where I was interested. You've gotten a few wicks into this level, and it just shows the power of the golden ratio, the 61.8. Every time it's gotten in here, it's bounced off it violently. This is a massive M on the chart, the opposite of a W. Lots of room here for, you can see where most of the volume was traded. Someone was accumulating this like a madman down here, and it's left at the station, right? Wait for this to come down. You can catch a falling knife as a granny, or once again, I need to know this gets repetitive, but this is literally how the market works, right? You can wait for higher lows. If it comes down here or happens in here, wherever it happens, you need to watch the chart, unfortunately, until we get limit orders. Lots of selling volume here, trying to push this down. Let the RSI reset, maybe create some bullish divergences at the bottom here. That would be healthy. After a massive run up like this, with the RSI going all the way to the top, it would be healthy for it to at least get to the extreme sold areas, at least. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to put in bearish prices here, but if you lose this area here, you're gonna retest the base at least. Lots of liquidity, nice market cap, still pretty low. This just needs to cool down a little bit and create some higher lows for me to get into it. I obviously missed this, and that is where I'd be interested in if it creates some higher lows in this area. This is the nosebleed section. I can't be chasing it up here. It's already bounced off the 61.8 a few times. Just let it go for a while. until no one is talking about it again. It's gotten a lot more silent, which is healthy. So yeah, clipping my videos. Thank you for that. Not to mention creates more. Okay. So THR, it has a lot of support. Pulse Kitten, just because Extronaut is a friend of the channel. And obviously I never get the ticker right. Pulse Kitten, I mean, it's performing really, really well. I looked at this at the bottom. We charted it, we talked about it, and I didn't get in. They say this is a cup and handle, but if you look at it on the PLS chart, it's already broken out, so it's invalidated. But what we do have, this is in the nosebleed section once again, right? You should have been interested in this down here. It actually made a new low, right? But I mean, it's just proven what it's done. It's made new all-time highs. But what we do have is bearish divergence, right? Price is higher, yet the indicator is lower, telling you that momentum is starting to run out. Nosebleed section, can't be getting it up here. Need to wait for another retracement. Unfortunately, I've missed this. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it is risky up here. Wait for it to come down. I mean, we can do a new volume analysis if we've gotten a new low. This is where most of the volume was traded in this previous run-up. You can see the large volume nodes down here. And price likes to come back to those areas. And yeah, let it come down. This has unfortunately left the station. This is where you should be interested at these lines forming down here. You can catch a falling knife, or you can wait for market structure to form, etc., etc. Granny is my coin, yes. Okay, so have we gone through everything here? I'm gonna quickly run through your chats. This has now been an hour, and I like to keep them over an hour. I see the wrapped BTC guys here. Thank you guys for everybody for coming. If you do enjoy these kinds of live stream and you want to see more of them in the future, please engage with the like button and the subscription. Do subscribe to the channel Tix Insider. There are two Pulse Kitten liquidity pools. So the one is a little bit lower. But just make sure you look at all of the liquidity pairs just to be so there is 32k liquidity here and 12k liquidity here. So this is V2. I mean, there's 45k liquidity here. There's another V1 pair here with 4.2k, and then Itropa pairs with 1. So there is enough liquidity, right? Just make sure you look at all of the liquidity pairs, and if you put in the ticker, you'll see everything. So I don't think it's too low. Can you please your thought on Poor Pleb? It's going to break up. Okay, yeah, let's look at Poor Pleb, and we'll finish the stream over there, because let's leave some for the... Okay, Poor Pleb, 33k liquidity. 9-inch launching soon. I bought at the bottom of this chart, and it stopped exactly in front of my double. No, I didn't buy. This is my buy over here at 0.07. My sell half on a double was at 14. It literally stopped right in front of my sell order. Now, I mean, you can see the W's here, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. Good market structure. Your breakout level is here. You're literally testing your breakout level now. Is this still in the reload zone, or is it a little bit too late? A little bit too late. You're just above the reload zone. We should have been getting it here. But what is a few pulse points between friends? Maybe you want to FOMO here. It seems like the launch of Poor Pleb is soon, right? It's soon for launches are pretty much a meme right now. You're bumping your head against the breakout point. Expect this, and all of the other coins that I told you guys about are gonna rocket once 9-inch launches. The It's gonna be buy the rumor, sell the news event, most likely, just like everything in crypto land generally is. There's gonna probably gonna be farms for these coins released early. Yeah, okay. So that's my 2 cents. I'm already in poor pleb. I'm waiting for my double to be hit so I can get a free position in this coin, and all transparency, that is what I'm doing. So yeah, click the like button, subscribe. I see a fall off in the viewers already. Sorry that I didn't get to everybody's chat. It's just it is how it is. The channel is growing, more people are watching it, lots of new coins launching. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate it. It's great seeing 20 of you guys here, guys and girls here, peaking at 26. Thanks for the support. I will see you guys in the next video. We're going to be very consistent in the coming weeks and lots of exciting things happening. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now, and remember, play from a position of strength. Don't get wrecked, and bye-bye.